Hey folks, here we are today on the job. It's an old job. It's an old relay logic job. This job is around about, I think, nearly 40 years old. I'm just looking at the back of these controllers here. A lot of these resistors for setting up the operator and other various things like motor fuel control. We had a bit of a problem with it, and we've got the lift running now, but I'm going to explain what it's all about. There's some more resistors up there at the rear of the controller. We have a large transformer there, and a generator, rotary converter, located just behind the controller. And as we come around here, it's a DC geared VV Ward Leonard setup, and there's the governor there, and it's got those big large red balls there on the top. And what happens is the lift over speeds, those balls will lift up and then activate the governor to then pull the lift into the gripper gear. I had a problem with this machine, with this one over here. And, this controller is made by a long gone company called Johns and Waygood Elevator, Sydney. And I've seen some other controllers similar to this on the YouTube. Looks very similar to one that I saw, a brand called Armor from the USA, and that is pretty much the power section of our lift. And over here we've got a separate controller with a whole arrangement of telephone relays, and we'll sort of view in closer here. Now this is a duplex lift, meaning that there's two lifts, and here we've got these relays here. These here are your landing calls, as you can see, and then it splits two ways. The red coloured relays, or telephone type relays, are for lift B or lift 2, and then the blue relays are for lift A or for the lift 1. And there is no mechanical selector on this one. They use a climbing relay floor selector, and they're the relays there. Now once again, lift 2, which is B, that's position 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, down to the ground floor, and they are driven by other relays down here, which beat in a pattern to switch on the odd, even, odd, even, odd, even floor numbers. And if I want to place a call, I just press in these relays here. We can watch this lift in a bit of action. There it goes, motoring away. You can have a look at what the controller does. It all moves. Down here we've got our big large loop contactor. Basically just hooks up the MG or the motor with the generator. You've got a big normally closed contactor down below here. That's just there for your dynamic braking. And there's a really good old-fashioned oil pot dash pot overload. It's got an element. And here in this canister here, there's silicone oil. And if there is an overcurrent, the brake might be dragging on the drum. It'll cause more current to conduct through the element, more heat dissipation. The silicone oil here will then expand and then just lift up the float plunger and drop that switch out there. But we had a bit of a problem with it. We couldn't get the door to close. And over here we've got O and C. That's our closing relay. And the door was just remaining open. And we have here our prints. And looking at the print or the circuit diagram, try and get close into this. You can kind of see here that that's the C contactor there, or the relay. And we had a problem with this one here. This contact here, the normally closed contact, and it was open because on the open circuit, RF, there it is there, it comes off the door open button. But the door open button wasn't the problem. We found that the relay was holding up residually, or magnetically residual. And this can happen with these relays from time to time, particularly these telephone relays. And what we have is, when you look at the relay, there is a copper pip. And copper, as you know, is not magnetic. But the pip will extend out at the back of the armature to give us that anti-residual. But sometimes the copper will wear out, and then what happens is the back surface of the armature will then magnetise with the core of the relay, and it will hold up residually. But what we've done for that faulty relay is, it's a bit of a temporary fix. As you can see, I've placed some earth tape or insulation tape around the armature of that relay to give it just some added anti-residual. This will do for now, as the installation, or this job here, is going to be modernised with a brand new microprocessor controller. So while these old clunkers are still around, we can enjoy them for as long as they're around and about. And there you have it, folks, another presentation.